noticed a huge difference. People don't stare at her as much.
A groundbreaking surgery.
The earlier you do this, the better.
How to know if your child needs it.
Don't wait. Go to see your pediatrician. Doing it under the age of 1 is where you get your best results.
I need to take a look at this little girl. Her name is Madeline. She's barely a year old. As you can see, her eyes are crossed. She has double vision. Well, coming up, we're going to take you into the OR for a new surgery that promises to change her appearance and improve her sight. Could your kids be at risk for the same condition? We're going to tell you what you need to know after the break.
If you look at Maddie's eyes, they cross inwards. She doesn't quite focus on anything.
When a child's eyes are crossed, the world interacts with them differently. Our plan is to take Madeline from crossed eyes to straight eyes. She's got these 2 muscles on the inner part of her eye that are pulling too hard. We're going to cut them and weaken them, and then her eyes are going to straighten out.
I'm concerned as a mother that later on in life she won't be able to do everything that people without the condition can do. I'm afraid that, when she's a teenager, she won't be able to drive, that she won't be able to just enjoy certain things that she would if she had normal vision.
If you're a parent, you know how painful it can be to see your kids suffer. Well, Tyler and Delia's daughter, Madeline, was born with crossed eyes, causing her not only to suffer vision problems, but embarrassing stares. Now, a new surgery is offering her hope.
At birth, we could tell that her eyes crossed a little bit. If you look at Maddie's eyes, you can see that they cross inwards. They also move around quite a bit. She doesn't quite focus on anything. My immediate reaction was to cry and call my parents and tell them.
How did this happen? Why did it happen? Is there anything that we can do to fix it?
The thing that we're going to be operating on today, the technical term is esotropia. When a child's eyes are crossed, the world interacts with them differently. Making her look normal will go a long way to having the rest of the world look at her and see what an adorable little child she is. Our plan is to take Madeline from crossed eyes to straight eyes. And she's got these 2 muscles on the inner part of her eye that are pulling too hard. We're going to cut them and weaken them, and then her eyes are going to straighten out. You okay?
Okay, nervous, but okay, yeah.
You know what it means to be nervous? It means you're normal.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it begins. What we're doing right now is using these instruments to hook that muscle we talked about that moves the eye in towards the nose. Now we've got the muscle right there, and we're going to expose it. And I'm going to deglove this covering off the muscle. Now, this suture is about the thickness of a human hair, and we're going to sew the muscle, so I'm passing a needle through a pretty thin area as we do that. Otherwise, it goes into the eyeball, which definitely do not want to do. Now we've got the muscle hooked onto these stitches. Now we're going to get ready to cut this muscle off the eyeball. So you can see already that the right eye is straight and the left eye still turned in. 1 to go. Ten minutes ago, she had crossed eyes.
40.
10 minutes later, she has straight eyes. It's a big difference, and I think it's going to make a difference in her life. It went great. Absolutely fabulous. Congratulations. We're all done. She's in the recovery room and doing wonderfully.
Oh my God.
Hey, look at those beautiful eyes. Look at those eyes.
Hey, they're gorgeous.
Delia and Tyler are here with baby Madeline, as well as Dr. David Granite. He's a pediatric ophthalmologist from the University of California, San Diego. And the surgery was such a success. I want everyone to look at Madeline's eyes before the surgery once again. And let's look at how amazing the transformation has been. It truly is remarkable, the difference. Have you noticed out in public?
We've noticed a huge difference. People don't stare at her as much, and she's seeing so much better. We were told not to expect too much of a change in her vision with it, but it's so awesome how much better she's seeing. She's chasing our dog around the house now and, reaching out for things.
That's great. Dr. Granite, why don't you explain to us esotropia and strabismus?
Sure. Anytime the eyes are misaligned, we call that a strabismus. Maddie had the eyes turned in, and that's what we call esotropia.
Or cross eyes?
Absolutely. And we take the muscles when you operate on an eye because the control of the muscles is what the issue is. We actually cut the muscle, straighten out the eye, and put the muscle back on and get her looking at the right place.
And so it's really important to correct this early. About 10 months, right? Is that the ideal age to correct it?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that we have nowadays is we know that the earlier you do this, the better. And if we take a look at the animation that we have, you can see why this is so important. If the eyes are looking where you want them to look, then you've got them perfectly lined up and the brain gets equal information from both eyes. But in Maddie's case, when the eyes were crossed, you're not getting that equal information. And one eye's looking and the other eye isn't. And then you've got this information that's going back to the brain and stimulating the brain through the optic nerve. And if that brain doesn't get stimulated, those brain cells don't ever develop. So the first thing you want to do is develop them. Otherwise, they degenerate and they get small and they get atrophied.
Essentially, the brain learns to ignore one of the eyes, right?
That's
and that
right.
eye will just eventually be blind and it's irreversible, right?
If she's 3 or 4 months of age and those eyes are still sitting there crossed, don't wait. Go to see your pediatrician. The pediatrician can evaluate you and get you to somebody like me who can then straighten the eyes out. Doing it under the age of 1 is where you get your best results. So don't wait for a child to grow out of it if the eyes are always sitting there crossed.
And her future, glasses, her vision, what's down the road for Maddie?
We can evaluate any child at any age for glasses. Maddie's going to need glasses, and she'll wear those glasses, and they'll help her a lot. She's already had a big boost in what she can do, and she'll wear glasses. She's at risk for possibly needing surgery again, but we've given her the best chance to succeed that she can. Our job isn't to judge her potential. Our job is to help her reach it, and we've done that by getting the surgery in early.
And Tyler, you were pretty emotional on that tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to see somebody that you love go through something so, traumatic and life-changing, and then to see the after, a big change from having her look at me with cross-eyed and not knowing if she's been able to focus on me or not, and then having her look at me with straight eyes and like...
she's focusing in on you.
Yeah, I was a little, get you all choked up and stuff.
Well, congratulations, and Dr. Granite, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Best of luck to all of you.